Hello everyone, welcome back to Cozy Tea. Today I'm going to show you how I animated this very cozy and very woke study session using Procreate Dreams and traditional watercolor. So sit back, relax, and let's get into today's video. I haven't finished this painting in real life yet because it was not turning out the way I wanted, so I ended up having to finish it in Procreate, but this is where it all started. So sometimes you gotta start somewhere. I will finish this painting eventually. Now we're gonna go to the Procreate part. When making this art, I was thinking about my channel in general and what art is for and why I make things. And with the recent changes in the world, a lot of changes, a lot of scary changes, but with change comes opportunity, an opportunity for me to speak my voice, maybe. My whole life growing up, I was really told to just be quiet and not be an individual. And as I've grown up, I've grown out of that. And I feel the need now to speak up more than I've ever spoken before. So if this polarizes my channel, so be it. But I want it to be in history on this day, February 4th, 2025, that I stand on business for civil rights. I stand on business for trans rights, LGBTQIA+ period, as a gay man, all day, and for everybody else. It's not my place to tell other people how to live their life. It's no one's place to tell me how to live mine. And I'll leave it at that. You know, obviously there's racism, there's misogyny, there's phobias, there's a bunch of discriminatories happening all over the place right now. And it's very clear that life is not going to be easy for the foreseeable future. Not that it was already, but even more so now. Just continuing as we've been. And that's why, civil rights are important to me. Now, for the record, I'm biracial. I'm black and white, but, I have a black experience more than a white one as far as I'm concerned with the way I've been treated in my life. Although I will acknowledge the light skin privilege, and I do know what it is, and I do see it from time to time. It does exist. But civil rights affect me. These rules would apply to me. And it's just American history. It's not even just Black history. It is absolutely Black history, period, but it's American history. So if you live in this country, it's all of us. It's where we come from. It's not pretty. History can be messy. There's a lot that goes on, but this is us. And it's important to remember these things. In this video, I'm giving a moment to acknowledge Rosa Parks, December 1st, 1955. I'm acknowledging, trans people. I'm acknowledging the ACLU, the Trevor Project. I'll link those down below if you want to look into them. But these are things that I stand for. And I'm choosing art to express them because I feel like that's what art is made for. Art is not just a pretty picture. It's a statement. It's a movement. It's a moment. It's an opportunity to say something directly and indirectly at the same time, but with more nuance and less articulation required. I'm not always the best at speaking about things, even though I may not present as so with my voiceovers, but nonetheless, I'm filling up the whiteboard with a bunch of obnoxious stuff that I feel like saying. People talk about this term woke like it's a bad thing. Obviously being woke is a word of American history referring to someone who was asleep and is now awoke to the things that are going on. So being woke is not bad. I will embrace that term, and I'm taking power back by taking it back and using it positively to express myself. I'm not going to let people scare me into speaking my piece and saying how I feel. A lot of people talking about how they feel, wham wham boo-hoo, but then when I say something, they want to wham wham boo-hoo at me, being like, I don't like your opinion. And you know what? Go away. Go do something else then. I have opinions, I have thoughts, and I'm gonna say what they are. So I'm standing on business, as I've said multiple times in my community section and in this video so far. That is what this channel stands on. And I can't, as a brown gay man, just play face and act like this is not happening, because I have an obligation to acknowledge the impact this can have on myself as well as other people, and to ignore it is to be complacent, and I refuse to do that. So I will use this platform to send this message out. I won't do this every single video, but this video was special, And it's February, so I want to acknowledge Black History Month for what it is. It's valid, it's real, and Black history is a very incredible history, a powerful history, one that's worth diving into. So if you're interested, you know. So for the animation part of this video, I am going to have this beautiful young lady write on a notebook as well as type on a computer. So for her hands, I drew them separately on a separate track from her body. That way I can just record the hands. I can just like wiggle them back and forth like you can see right now. And then that allows for the typing animation to be successful. It's a little, you know, exactly what it looks like. But I feel like that's the character, y'all, that makes my art and animation so characterful. I love, it's kind of silly, you know, I love that silliness. And I'm clearly an amateur, but I make the best with what I have. And I think that is where art really shines. I'm really making an argument for why it looks the way it looks. And I think I'm winning in that. But that's how I made it. The other part, I'm going to have her writing on the notebook. Like I said, I had to draw the notebook. She was originally going to be flipping the page in the book. The book was on the original layer, so I would have to move it and then redo the desk. And some of that texture on the desk is coming from the actual watercolor picture. So I didn't want to have to try to recreate that. So I just drew a notebook over the book and drew it closer to her so she can actually reach it. This part was frame by frame, and you can see I'm just duplicating that same frame and rearranging the arm until it's kind of a fluid motion. I do add some lines to where she's writing in the notebook, so it looks like she's adding something as we go along, but very simple, very easy. I was going to do other things, but I just kept it at that, and then the rain on the window, because I needed something in the background. So I added raindrops. I originally did them in black. Off camera, I changed them to white. They do change color in the final animation, but you can see the way it's being done now. It's just frame by frame, little water droplets. But that is basically the whole animation process of this video. And there wasn't a whole lot to it, but the underlying message, you know, at the end of the day, it's just a young woman doing her homework. And I think it is a time in history for us as people to do our homework, as well as to create homework for the next generation, for them to look back upon something and realize the amount of people that have fought for this, have fought for America, have fought for what we have so far. We've come a long way, and there's a lot of work still to be done. There's a lot of room for improvement. But I think there's two things that, you know, Big Sister General said that have stuck with me since the big contest. And that is, when we fight, we win, and hard work is good work. So I'm going to stick to that. And I'm going to let that be my shining light in these dark times. I hope that this video serves as a tool or resource for you in whatever ambitions you're trying to achieve in your life. I wish you nothing but the best. Stay on task and don't give up. Keep your hope. It's not all doom and gloom. There's a lot of it, but there is a silver lining. You just have to find it. And this is where our work comes in. So I will keep posting. I'm gonna stay busy. But as for you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, thumbs up, comment, whatever you want to do. Let me know if you have any questions about the art process, because I didn't talk too much about that now, but I can answer in the comments. Otherwise, stay beautiful, stay true, stay you, and above all else, stay cozy. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.